Once you look inside this box, gaming will never be the same again. Today we're taking a look at the Oculus Rift virtual reality gaming headset. If I can get it out of the packaging. The first thing that you notice about the Oculus Rift is, of course, the case. Now, this case is impressive. It's heavy cardboard with a velvet finish over the top. It feels like an expensive briefcase, and for all intents and purposes, that's exactly what this thing is. So let's take a look inside. Before I open this thing, this is kind of like one of those matrixes, is that a word? A matrix experience. Once I see what's inside this thing, gaming is going to be changed forever. Let's take a look. You gotta see this. The case, the packaging, everything here is almost as cool as the gear inside. Right in the lid here, quick start URL, no hassle, figure out how this thing works. You have the Oculus remote built right into the front of this thing, and we'll get to what this thing is here in just a second. So let's start with the most impressive piece of equipment in this thing, and that is the headset. Let's pull this baby out. Oculus has spared no expense with the headset. It's got a flat black matte finish. It's got integrated earbuds. It's got looks like a very comfortable foam facial integration or whatever it's called. Anyway, it looks comfortable. The lenses are there. It's got an adjustable strap on each side as well as right over the top. So this thing is made for a comfortable fit. And then interestingly, take a look at this. Right on the bottom, you have a little switch that slides back and forth that's right here. This controls the distance of the lenses that are right in there. So depending on how far your eyes are apart from one another, you can actually adjust the lenses, which will sharpen the image and give you all around better gameplay. I think that's great. And that's really the only control or button or whatever on the headset itself. And then of course you've got your cable here, which plugs into your computer and everything. So now this thing, I can tell you before we get into everything else, this thing just begs to be worn. Oculus says that this thing is designed to be worn for extended periods of gameplay. So it'll be comfortable when you're having marathon sessions of gaming. I can tell you right off the bat, this thing is comfortable, but I can totally see how if it's not adjusted properly on the sides or in the back, it could bring on a headache really, really quickly. The foam ear pads or the integrated ear headphones, for a $600 headset, these things feel kind of flimsy. They feel like 1989 Sony Walkman quality, but we'll talk about how to get rid of these in just a second. I will tell you right off the bat though that I can see my fingers right here. So if I look down, there's a gap right in here where I can see light. Not sure how that's gonna affect VR gameplay once we take this thing and play, but we will find out. So let's get into the rest of this thing so we can get started playing. Right on top, we have our camera sensor. Camera sensor is kind of cool. This thing sits on your table, coffee table, stool, whatever your setup is at home, and this speaks directly to your headset. So whatever you do here is going to be mimicked in virtual reality. If the signal's broken though, then you lose that ability. This is one of the drawbacks. We've had the opportunity to test the HTC Vive, and that is a little bit more dynamic. You can move around the room. It has a handset with it as well. I can say that Oculus is a Facebook company. Facebook's gonna back these guys to be able to bring the tech where it needs to be to give you that full body virtual reality experience, so I'm not worried about that. And according to Oculus, they've got some hand controls that are coming out in August, so look for that. We're super excited. But let's see what else is in the box, and then we can go play. Right on top, we have an Xbox One controller. This is your primary controller for the Oculus Store as well as the games that you get there. Now, we mentioned earlier the Oculus remote This is kind of a beginner's remote for people that maybe never gamed before, and it's definitely a less intimidating option for gameplay than something like this. This allows you to access the Oculus store as well as videos, 360 Oculus videos, and some more simple games. We may get into that here in just a second. You've got the wireless router for your Xbox controller. This plugs right into your USB in your computer and speaks to the controller. Pretty obvious thing. And they also include an extension cord for the router to help connectivity. So that's kind of cool. As always, or maybe not as always, you've got 2 AA batteries to power your controller. That's a nice touch. And then we have this little tool. And this is what I mentioned earlier. This is a plastic, really glorified Phillips head screwdriver. This is gonna let you come in here and take these flimsy, no good included ear headphones off so you can actually put on some nicer headphones, maybe your personal headphones, that will definitely enhance the virtual reality experience. I highly recommend, in my first impression, that you use your own headphones. And just for good measure, we've got here a couple stickers and a lens cleaner for your sensor and for your lenses here. So I think what we should do is plug this thing in and see how it works.
Whoa, whoa. It's good that you're sitting down because you might actually fall out of your chair if you're not holding on. I'm getting sick. I'm getting so sick. My neck is hurting. I'm already feeling sick. For a game to make me feel as sick as this game is making me feel, it just means that the experience is 100% real and that what I'm experiencing in virtual reality is affecting me in reality. The game is like a 5, but the Oculus Rift headset is like a 10. These things are insane, and I can't wait until we have an opportunity to take a closer look at them and review them, but I'm gonna get back to gaming.